Success isn't an accident. It's not luck, and it's not just about talent. The most successful people in the world don't wake up every morning wondering what to do. They have structured habits that keep them ahead. They know that small actions, repeated daily, create massive results. Success isn't built in a day, but it's built every day. And the difference between those who make it and those who don't, their habits. So today, we're diving deep into 10 daily habits that separate high achievers from the rest. Some of these might surprise you, but every single one has the power to transform your life. Let's get into it. 1. They win the morning before the world wakes up. If you're waking up rushed, stressed, and reacting to life, you've already lost the day before it even starts. The world's most successful people own their mornings. They wake up early and set their mind and body up for success. It's not about waking up at 4 a.m. for no reason. It's about having a morning that fuels you instead of drains you. Whether that's reading, meditating, exercising, or planning your day, how you start your morning determines how you handle everything that follows. Most people wake up and check their phone, scroll through social media, and let other people's agendas take over their mind. High achievers? They take control. They create their own momentum. So ask yourself, how are you starting your mornings? Are you setting yourself up to win? Or are you just reacting to whatever comes your way? 2. They treat their time. Like $1 million asset, time is the one thing you can never get back. And successful people? They protect it ruthlessly. They don't waste hours scrolling through social media. They don't say yes to every invitation. They don't entertain pointless drama or distractions. Every minute of their day is intentional. They understand that time is more valuable than money, because you can always make more money, but you'll never get back lost time. If you want to be successful, start treating your time like gold. Guard it, invest it wisely, and don't let other people steal it from you with their distractions, negativity, or nonsense. 3. They focus on growth over comfort. Most people want to be successful, but they also want to stay comfortable. The problem? Success and comfort never go together. Every successful person you admire had to step into the unknown, take risks, and push past their fears. They weren't born confident or fearless. They built those traits by taking action, even when they were scared. They read, they learn, they surround themselves with people who challenge them. They invest in becoming better every single day. If you're not growing, you're staying the same. And if you're staying the same, you're falling behind. So, are you willing to trade your comfort for growth? Because that's the only way you'll ever truly level up. 4. They stay disciplined even when they don't feel like it. Motivation is a lie. The most successful people in the world don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. They don't wait until they feel like it to take action. They do what needs to be done, no matter what. Anyone can be productive when they're inspired. But the real test? What do you do when you don't feel like showing up? Do you push through? Or do you make excuses? Because success doesn't come to those who try when it's convenient. It comes to those who show up day after day, even when it's hard. 5. They prioritize their health. Like their life depends on it, because it does. Your body is the foundation of everything. If your health is bad, your energy is low, your mind is foggy, and you're constantly exhausted, how can you expect to perform at your best? The most successful people treat their health like a top priority. They don't eat junk food all day. They don't neglect sleep. They move their body, fuel themselves with the right food, and understand that without energy, success means nothing. Because what's the point of working hard if you're too sick, tired, or burnt out to enjoy the rewards? You don't need to be extreme, but you do need to take care of yourself. The quality of your life depends on it. 6. They don't waste energy on things. they can't control, average people spend hours worrying about things outside their control. The economy, the opinions of others, the past, what someone said about them. Successful people? They let that go. They understand that worrying doesn't fix anything. Complaining doesn't change reality. And blaming doesn't solve problems. Instead, they focus their energy on what they can control, their actions, their mindset, their habits. If something is out of their hands, they adapt, adjust, and keep moving forward. So ask yourself, how much of your energy is being wasted on things you can't change? And how much more powerful would you be if you redirected that energy toward things you can? 7. They see failure as a stepping stone, not a roadblock. Most people fear failure. They avoid it at all costs. But high achievers? They embrace it. They don't see failure as an ending. They see it as data, a lesson, a guidepost. They know that every failure brings them closer to success because it reveals what doesn't work. Steve Jobs got fired from Apple before making it a billion-dollar company. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. But they didn't stop because they knew failure isn't rejection, it's redirection. So, if you've failed recently, good. That means you're trying. Now, what's the lesson? And how will you use it to come back stronger? 8. They surround themselves with the right people. Want to know your future? Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with, because your circle determines your standards, your mindset, your expectations. Successful people don't waste time with negative, lazy, or toxic people. They choose their circle wisely. They surround themselves with driven, positive, and growth-oriented people. People who challenge them, inspire them, and push them to be better. Because the truth is, you become like the people you hang around. So, take a hard look at your circle. Are they lifting you up or holding you back? 9. They master the art of saying no. Successful people don't overcommit themselves. They don't say yes to every request, favor, or invitation. Why? Because they understand that every yes is a no to something else. They say no to distractions so they can say yes to their goals. They say no to toxic relationships so they can say yes to their peace. They don't feel guilty about it because they know their time and energy are limited and they protect them fiercely. Saying no isn't selfish, it's necessary. So if you struggle with overcommitting, start setting boundaries, because your goals deserve your full attention, not just the leftover scraps of your time. 10. They take full responsibility for their life. Average people blame their circumstances, their boss, their childhood, their bad luck. Successful people? They take full ownership of their life. They don't waste time making excuses. They don't wait for someone else to fix their problems. They own their actions, their decisions, and their results. If they're not where they want to be, they don't complain about it. They change it. This is the ultimate success habit, because when you realize that everything in your life is a result of your choices, you stop waiting and start creating. So, are you ready to take full responsibility for your future? Because the moment you do, everything changes. You now know the 10 daily habits of the most successful people. But here's the harsh truth. Knowing is useless unless you apply it. Most people learn something valuable, feel motivated for a few days, and then go right back to their old ways. That's why they never grow. But successful people? They turn knowledge into action. So now, let's talk about how you can take these 10 habits and make them part of your daily life. Step 1. Start small. Focus on one habit at a time. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to change their lives? They try to do everything at once. They hear about these 10 habits and think, starting tomorrow, I'm waking up at 5 a.m., reading every day, cutting off toxic people, and mastering self-discipline. But within a week, they burn out. Why? Because change doesn't happen overnight. Successful people build their habits one at a time. So start small. Pick one habit from this list that resonates with you the most. Maybe it's waking up early. Maybe it's setting boundaries. Maybe it's taking full responsibility for your life. Commit to it, practice it daily. And once it becomes second nature, add another habit. Success is built step by step, not all at once. Step 2. Track your progress. What gets measured gets improved. If you want to make real progress, you need to track it, because what gets measured gets improved. Think about it. If you're trying to save money but never check your bank account, will you actually improve? Probably not. It's the same with habits. If you're trying to read daily, keep a reading log. If you're trying to wake up early, track your wake-up time. If you're trying to eliminate distractions, track how much focused work you do each day. When you start measuring, you'll see your growth. And when you see progress, you'll feel motivated to keep going. So whatever habit you're working on, write it down, track it, stay consistent. Step 3. Set a non-negotiable standard for yourself. Here's what separates high achievers from everyone else. They don't make excuses. They don't say, "I'll wake up early unless I'm tired," or "I'll work on my goals unless I'm not in the mood." They set non-negotiable standards. To them, success isn't optional, it's a requirement. So, if you're serious about leveling up your life, stop making excuses. Decide right now. What's your new standard? Maybe it's reading 10 pages a day, no matter what. Maybe it's never making excuses when you fail, only learning from it. Maybe it's cutting off toxic people and refusing to settle for less. Whatever it is, commit to it fully. Because when you raise your standards, your entire life changes. Step 4. Surround yourself with winners. Your environment shapes you. You can have all the right habits. But if you're surrounded by people who are lazy, negative, or unmotivated, they'll drag you down. That's why successful people are so selective with their circle. They surround themselves with winners, people who challenge them, people who inspire them, people who push them to be better. So ask yourself, who are you spending your time with? Are they helping you grow or holding you back? If you want to become successful, start spending more time around driven, positive people. Read books by great minds. Watch videos that fuel your growth. Because your environment is either lifting you up or pulling you down. Choose wisely. Step 5. Be relentless. Don't stop until you succeed. The final step? Never stop. Most people quit right before they succeed. They start strong, but when things get hard, they give up. But the most successful people? They refuse to quit. They keep going when they're tired. They keep pushing when they feel like stopping. They stay disciplined, even when motivation fades. Because they understand success isn't about luck. It's about consistency. So if you're struggling, if you're doubting yourself, keep going. The people who win in life are the ones who never give up. You now have the blueprint to success. But at the end of the day, none of this matters unless to take action.